bus. I thought I'm going to faint. I'm not sure if you saw the video or not, but I was like losing it. So this is the book. It's here tonight. And I asked people, what do you do in book launch? And they said, you need to read from the book. And I thought maybe I will bring a sofa and blah, 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 blah. But listen, I like to talk anyway. So I decided if I'll get the microphone, I'll be fine. But I've decided to do it in the order that we don't miss anybody. So first of all, we have a few guests of honor here that all of you are dear, dear friends. And we also have our ambassador, Simona. So it's a great honor. And we also have Mr. Levent that's going to talk to you in a minute, that he's the one who literally endorsed my book by Turkish Airlines. So yes. And let's say thank you to his wife who helped me to chase him to do so. So, girl power. And before I start with all the things, etc., I would like to present the subject of the book. So please, a round of applause for my kids, Hanoki and Knan and Moragi. Where are you? Come here, come. Woo! Hanoki, you want to come to the stage? No? He's shy like his mommy. And where is Morag? Moragi, come. So, today I will tell you a story about each of them, because the book holds all the tips are thanks to them, seriously now. And Hanoch over there, who brought us to a different level of stories. And yes, and Kedem number 1 is not here. He's on a school excursion, so the video is actually for him and my parents. So thank you guys for doing my life rich and beautiful. And Hiroki is our adopted son, and we also adopted his mommy. She's also here somewhere. Okay, so Mark, do something. Okay, so listen, tip number 1 from the book. It is in the book. It's first and foremost, consider to leave them behind. Okay, but if for some reason you decide to take your kids with you on the travels, because it's a family trip or whatever, then we have a few tips or a few scenarios that we would like to show you. So it's a 1-minute video. The first time that I show it, it's like the version of the YouTube. Mark, hit it.
Flying with or around kids can either be easygoing or an absolute nightmare. There are some things you can do to have a flight in your favor. 12 years of parenting and flying around the globe with 4 boys are humbly presented to you in this first-of-its-kind book. Fight or Flight, the survival guide for flying with kids. Whether you fly with your own child or find yourself surrounded by someone else's kids on board, it will help you make the best of your flying experience. Have you ever taken a flight with a crying baby who just wouldn't fall asleep, feeling the other passengers, wishing you would both miraculously disappear? Maybe you've landed looking like you just came out of a washing machine after flying with your kids, as one of them had diarrhea the whole flight. Have you ever pretended your 18-month-old baby was only 9 kilograms, 19 pounds, just to get the desired baby bassinet, regardless of all the safety recommendations? Raise your hand if you've ever thought, what have I done to deserve this kid's on my flight? Nod your head if you've ever had to sit the whole flight on a wet seat because your precious toddler peed in theirs and wanted to swap you for a dry one. If any of these scenarios ring a bell or come close, this guidebook is for you. P.S. By purchasing this book, you're part of a bigger global cause. 10% of this book's profits are donated to support less fortunate children, providing them with their basic needs of shelter, food, and education.
Or today in the pub. Okay, so just a few words to tell you. Yes, Mark, I think we can move to the next. A few words to tell you about the why this book really came to life, because a lot of people ask me, and I asked myself as well, but I think it was in November that Dalia and myself, we came back from Fiji, we went to this amazing seminar about life mastery, how to master your life. And on the way back, Dalia continued, and I stayed in Sydney for 2 nights, and I took the flight by myself. And I'm not kidding, the book just dawned on me. I was so excited that I was by myself. I checked in everything. I said, fuck it. No kids, no luggage. I'm going only with my passport. And that's how I went on board. And then in the middle of the flight, I think like half an hour or maybe an hour later, suddenly the book came to me. And I said, oh my God, why didn't I bring my laptop at least? Or a notebook or something? Nothing. So I collected, the vomit bags. So the whole book was literally written on a vomit bag before it became this. And then I came home and I said, okay, the book is ready. I put it in the drawer and I'll wait when I have the mood to sit on the computer because it's annoying, to do it all in English. And then I figured that if the book came to me, it must have a bigger mission.